Shalom Alakim, Yisrael, Yehonathan Dawit with you here humbly so on Yahweh for Hebrews and Christians on what they call Yom Kippur, Hakh Kippurim, the Day of Atonement. And we bless Yahweh. This is the 25th of September 2023, the year of their Lord. And I want to just do a brief, we're not going to do a whole video excerpt on this, just a brief note of this most solemn day, yet at the same time is a rejoicing day. Is no different in terms of the emotions, where there's judgment on the world and deliverance of Israel at the same time. Okay, just like when we came out of Misraim, and like it's going to be in the last day of Yahweh, where there is terror on the world but rejoicing in us. What we have here in Yom Kippur is a solemn time but a joyful time, because our liberty cost everything. The death of eternity, Yahweh HaMashiach, but he resurrected for us. So we're happy he did it, but look what he had to go through to do it for our benefit. So the spring, the spring appointed times, Passover, unleavened bread, first fruits, feast of weeks, these things have already been completed and done. They are in the past, yet we still recognize them as memorials. And now we are in the second of the three so-called fall appointed times, and we had trumpets, and then we have today atonement, and then on next 1 o'clock will be tabernacles. And these have yet to happen in a national scale, so these are still prophetic. So we still keep these days, these appointed times, and these are like rehearsal for us. So we got the spring appointed times, which is like memorials, basically, and then the fall appointed times that haven't happened yet on the worldwide scale, not on a national scale, and we're like rehearsing. So we are not trying to bring anyone back to the so-called old covenant. We are in a renewed, refreshed covenant, and we recognize these things as such here at Yahweh's for Hebrews and Christians. Now, this word Kippur is Hebrew number 3725, and the root word is Hebrew number 3722, kafar. So Kippur is the Hebrew word for it, but its root word is kafar. It means to cover, to pacify, or propitiation. So Yahweh, we're not going to say he pacified Yahweh, but what he did was he appeased the demands of Yahweh, who demands perfectness, period. He is perfect. He demands perfectness, nothing less. So Yahweh satisfied that once and for all. This doesn't have to be done every year, once a year on this certain day, but with his perfect death and third day resurrection, after living a perfect life, otherwise he wouldn't have resurrected, that was validation of his perfect life, then we are not just covered now, but we are cleansed. See, blood stains, but water cleans. In John 4:10, speaking with the Samaritan woman, he said, hey, if you asked me for something to drink, I would have given you living water. I said, wow, what is this living water? I am the living water, Yahweh says. So he is living water. We know water cleans, blood stains. So with that previous covenant, the blood was a juxtaposed for our blood, because we deserve to die. Yet something innocent died for us. Yet it is not possible, as the book of Hebrews says, that the blood of bulls and goats can take away someone from sins. That is not. How is that possible? Yahweh does not do magic. There's no connection between a dead goat, dead sheep, a dead heifer to take away the sins that I have done. So that was a temporary thing. John 7:38, Yahweh says, believe me, and out of your heart will be living water. So if we receive Yahweh, he said, eat my flesh and drink my blood. We receive him out of our hearts. He will sustain us eternally. Out of our hearts will flow living water. Chai mayim. Living water. Mayim chayim. living water comes from him. So this is not a sacrifice that's dead. Those goats didn't come back to life. Matter of fact, they got eaten and put out into the trough. All those blood sacrifices were either burned to the crisp to ashes or were eaten and pooped out. That's Yahweh did not get eaten and pooped out. He is living. He is eternal. So this is why I'm now Zechariah 12:10-14 is the scripture I want to like I said, this is just going to be a brief video. We're not doing an hour, so I may go ahead and read this on the next segment. But I want you to do homework. Zechariah 12:10-14. This is a prophecy yet to happen when all the nations will mourn. We will mourn as we recognize the great sacrifice that Yahweh HaMashiach has made and how we have let him down. How we let him down by having fear, mistrust, unbelief, unfaithfulness. We have failed. We have failed. We have failed to deliver, to change this world over. This is why he had to come, and he does the job. So we're going to mourn the pierced one on a national level, on a national scale. But here's the joyful part. Revelations 21:1-4. I want you to read that also. That Yahweh himself, not Yahshua, Yahweh himself is going to wipe away every tear. He is accepting the sacrifices of his son. He understands our broken hearts. He's going to take away our stony hearts, give us a heart of flesh, wipe away our tears, and this is indeed a joyful time. Yet we here at Yahweh for Hebrews and Christians recognize the great cost of our joyful liberty. So indeed I do teach that the way we afflict ourselves, and Yom Kippur teaches that we ought to afflict ourselves. It does not say we ought to fast. The word for fast in Hebrew is anah. I practice fasting on this time as recognition for the sacrifice for my liberty, and we teach that here, Yahweh for Hebrews and Christians, that we indeed, it's difficult for me to say that I'm afflicting myself, which we are commanded to do at this time, and I'm got a fat stomach, I'm eating and drinking, and I'm full. It's difficult for me to say that I'm afflicting myself on a full stomach. So yes, we indeed afflict ourselves, and this is in keeping with this day is no different than you recognize in you and your wife's anniversary every year. You've already got married. It's done. Yet every year you recognize your wife. You'll go out to dinner. You do something to recognize that day. It does not mean every year you got remarried. We not every year revisiting the death of Yahweh Shua or saying that we're covered up again and again and again. No, we're not. What we're doing is we're just honoring and recognizing this moment and this time. It is indeed a Shabbat also. So it's a day of rest. We're not to go out and treat this as any other day. Go out and work double, making money, go out to the ball game, partying, doing anything else. This is a time to stop and pause and recognize that your soul was received up for eternity at this time. Your soul. What would a man give in exchange for his soul? Yahweh Shua has taken care of that at this day with his sacrifice and third day resurrection. Next on the clock is Sukkot. You know it comes 5 days later. So we got September 29th at sunset. It's going to be Sukkot. And so look again for Yahweh for Hebrews and Christians exclusively on the YouTube channel. Support, subscribe, share, and like. Shalom Aleichem. Peace be on you.